Like many Americans, I've been watching this with great interest.
Hmm.
And uh, one of the things that came out in the 60-minute interview,
Hmm.
and it was a little clip that actually was not shown on the air. They have what they call 60 minutes overtime.
Hmm.
And they interviewed the actual uh, host, the fellow
Right.
who interviewed him.
Hmm.
And what came out was they've been trying to get an interview with McCabe for months and months and months.
Hmm.
And it wasn't until he completed his book that he gave them
Right.
the interview. So I would think that the publication of his book has
Hmm.
everything to do with the timing of him coming out, the
Right.
timing of him giving the interview.
Well, do you think that he's retaliating against Trump because he was fired and he's using this as a promotion to be able to promote the book?
I think that it has clearly become personal
Mm.
between McCabe and the president. And in the interview, again, I'm citing the 60-minute interview,
Hmm.
McCabe said that the president called him and asked him about his wife, that his wife was running for office and she lost. She ran
Hmm.
for state senate in her town, and clearly there was already uh, animus between the McCabe's husband and wife and the
Right.
president.
Hmm.
And the wife lost the election, but the president, according to McCabe, called McCabe and asked him, "Well, how's your wife doing,
Hmm.
and how is she feeling about losing?"
Yeah. How does it
And
feel to be a
McCabe,
loser?
well,
Mm.
as I understand, that was the second question. The
Hmm.
first question was, how does she feel about losing? And then
Right.
when McCabe gave him an answer, he says, "Well, why don't you ask your wife, how does it feel to be a loser?" Now, I don't know that you can get more personal than that. And
Of
and,
course.
and between these two men,
Hmm.
it's become very, very personal.
Wow.
So I
I
think that's
agree.
what's behind a lot of what's happening now.
Well, do you feel that how do you feel that his options are in regard to speaking out? I mean, what do you feel he's really doing this for besides the personal? Does it have to do anything with Comey, do you think?
Well, clearly he was very loyal to Comey, and
Hmm.
as we're speaking, there is new news that's being revealed that number one,
Hmm.
McCabe did in fact go to the Gang of Eight. He went to the Senate. It was a bipartisan group, and he
Hmm.
reported to them that they were initiating an investigation of the president, and there was no pushback. There was
Right.
no both from Republicans and Democrats
Hmm.
on the Senate. There was no resistance, and this is news. I think this is very significant breaking news. So that when we talk about his options, when we talk about, you know,
Hmm.
uh, it's not that he's just coming out with this now. He, when he was in his position, went
Hmm.
to the Senate, he went to the Gang of Eight particularly, and informed them about the investigation. So it's now being learned by all of us who are watching this play out that the Senate, several senators
Hmm.
had been informed about this investigation by McCabe himself.
Okay. Well, considering the fact that Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein in the collusion accusations, I mean, do you think there's any proof because of this that the Trump administration's involved in about 45 seconds? Tell me what you
Yeah,
think.
yeah, it's a great question. Because it's an ongoing investigation, we all don't know the facts yet.
Hmm.
However, uh, Rosenstein will be out of office
Hmm.
maybe in 3 weeks, and I think honestly he's the one that's really in the crosshairs. Rosenstein was very aware of what was going on, and I know what he's saying now that he was just joking
Right.
about the wearing the wire, just joking about the 25th Amendment. But
Right.
I think
And we're
Rosenstein still has an answer to give.
all right. Well, thank you, Dr. Plummer. We appreciate you being here with us.
Well, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, as always, for watching Onyx News. I'm Brittany Brackett. We appreciate you and look forward to seeing you tomorrow night. More Onyx News from a Black perspective. Good night.